Bill. And then today, one day I'm supposed to show some slides. We get bulldozed in a room we've never been in with no screen. So put on your bifocals. This is the best I figured out we could do since I don't see any way to do a screen. So again, went over there. If you're not familiar with the School of Science and Math, it's a school. Right now, there's no masks required. The students are home. Some of the organizations I'm involved in that deal with students, we all have to get criminal background checks in order to participate. They're home. We don't have to get background checks. One of the things that I didn't put on here, but Bill was strongly to point out, no weapons on the campus. He has arranged 24-hour access if we need it, if we get enough people to work at night or work at all. And by golly, there's a window we can open to run wires out and power in from a generator. We'll cover that. So where we're talking about is over at 10th and I-235, and it's between I-235 and Lincoln. Actually, Stiles comes in. It goes through part of it, but the point is, Stiles is where you turn and go in the main entrance to the campus. And then there's this parking lot here, and the building that he has arranged a room in is right here. And that's an old school built when?
1914 or 1912 or something like that. It's the old Lincoln Elementary School.
It's really, really nice. And that may be why the official confusing address is on Lincoln, but forget about it. You ain't getting to it from Lincoln. You get to it from 10th Street here. So that's my zoomed out. That's my zoomed out one. And here is zoomed in more. Again, the entrance, and then over here is our parking. There's a gate here, and the room we're going to be in is at the south end of that building. There is a gate here. It will not be accessible. That is not first aid. That's an X across the entrance. Okay. So there's the gate. There's where the room is, and in the room, it's a pretty big doggone room. Nice. And so that's a view. It's like 40 by 47 in there. Plenty of room. And there's even some vending machines in there, which we generally don't have furnished at field day, right? And then, yes, there's a window that Bill tested and demonstrated that it does open, and we can get cables out and power in. So now back to the outside. So here's that gate that you were looking at, and the window's right here. And there's room out on this grassy knoll, inside the fence, outside the fence, whatever, to put antennas up. And right here is a place to put the generator, and it should be an easy reach compared to what we had at Rose for the furthest away. It should be an easy reach to get power in and in the window there. And for those of you not familiar with the process, and I'm not a guru on the rules, but the bottom line is, if you're running your radios not on commercial power, if you're running on generator, it's a whole different class of operation, and that's what is generally done. And the other folks that know more about that stuff can fill you in if you have questions on that. But we can run the air conditioner not on generator. We can run the lights not on generator. We can run the coffee pot. Did I mention that we really ought to have a coffee pot? Okay. Anyway, Club owns a coffee pot, don't we?
That's correct.
I thought so. Anyway, the important stuff here. So,
There's also an ice machine, by the way.
an ice machine. Oh my gosh! And this is in June. You know, the last full weekend of June. So, and again, here's kind of an outside view, standing there where we would put the generator right over here. And this is a power wire from the generator over the fence and across the line and into the window.
That's an open fence, is it not?
Yes.
So go through the fence.
Well, it depends on the size of the plug. But at any rate, that's my tour. And if you have any questions, ask Professor Bill. Ta-da. Okay. I'm done.
You won't fit through the fence.
Not till he unplugs.
Oh, well, what do you want me to plug in? You got another.
Disconnect.
Yes, sir. I can disconnect. Are you going to connect?
That's why I want you to disconnect.
Yes, sir. But I will allow you to use my HDMI
For
cable.
those of you that don't know, the reason I'm taking the meeting is I was the president for the last 3 years. And so Bill isn't real savvy on agendas and things like that. So I agreed to take over as interim president until the boys get back. So. Now what Dave's going to show you is rig expert. And it's an antenna analyzer.